Hi, my second Deacan Scorpios who are born from the 2nd of November to the 12th of November. You are ruled by the planet Neptune as well as Jupiter, because once upon a time Pisces, who was ruled by Neptune, was actually ruled by Jupiter. And you will have Piscean like qualities, or you may find that you connect more with water signs that are Pisces, okay? And you will have a very creative, I mean, all signs are creative anyway, but you will have a very creative touch to your personality as well. And you will have the scorpionic traits, but it will also be intertwined with Piscean traits, is what I'm picking up. So let's take a look at what was in store for you for the month of March 2022 and what is still in store for you, because we are still in March. So the first week, Scorpio second Deacan, is the Hierophant. So this is an indication that I'm hearing higher learning, and I'm also hearing marriage. So some of you could actually be married, or some of you could be thinking about getting married. There could be like a same-sex relationship that you are in, is what I'm picking up for some of you, or there's issues around a relationship. And now this relationship, I'm hearing that there could be something, some people could be trying to oppose this actual relationship, is what I'm picking up. You could be a parent and you could be opposing some sort of love relationship that someone is in. You may, there's something around, you may not want a child of yours to get married to someone. There's something around that. There's something about a relationship that you are against, or someone is against a relationship that you are in. For some of you, this could actually be you actually getting married in the first week of March, is what I'm picking up. There's some sort of commitment that has taken place. This could have been a hush-hush wedding where you and another person may have run away and eloped, or you may have found out that a child of yours has run away and eloped, or you may have found out news of a marriage, or some of you may have went to a marriage. Some of you, I'm hearing about papers as well. You may have submitted something to your course tutor. Some of you could be wanting to enroll on a course, maybe higher learning, maybe university or college, and you are waiting to hear the news as to whether or not you got through. Some of you may have received back papers for an exam that you done in December. There's something around that, or you're studying for an exam in May or April. And this is about, if you are in university, you going to your lectures, you listening to your tutor, you studying very hard, or wanting to go back to a course, is what I'm picking up. The second week of March, there's a lot of fear here. This is like your energy also, because the moon card to me, in other decks we have, you see how this woman is coming out of the water. In other decks, that is actually a scorpion. And I always get that scorpionic feeling to this card. So to me, this is about, there's some sort of crossroads that you may feel that you need to take. Now, for some of you, this could actually be you. You may have married someone or gotten married to somebody. Yeah, same thing. And there is a fear of, okay, I've stepped into a new arena now. What will that entail? What does that mean? I can't go back to my old way of being. For some, this could be a same-sex relationship. And there's a bit of sadness in regards to leaving the old way of being behind. There's also an indication here of one trying to go into a new path of learning, and others trying to pull you back into an old way of being. So for some of you, this could be your first journey into spirituality, and you're taking it very seriously. And there's an energy of you feeling like you have to leave something back in the past. Or people from the past don't want you to leave them behind. Or, there's something about releasing that may not want to be released. because there is an energy of fear here. What do? Do I release this thing that no longer serves me and step forth into a new way of being, or do I don't know anything else? And this could also mean that someone may have proposed to you, but to me, this is something around commitment for some of you. So someone may have proposed to you, or you may be wanting to propose to another person, but there could be fear here around this person wanting this serious new commitment that you're both, going to encounter. This does have something to do with a child as well. So you could be with someone that is, you could be in a long-term relationship, you could be married, and the person that you're with could be pregnant, or you could be pregnant, and there is a fear of, okay, we're stepping into a new arena now, what do we do? It could be the waiting game as well. Some of you may have got married to someone because you were having their child, or they were having your child. But with this moon card, I do feel like there's a bit of fear of stepping into a new situation. And this new situation could also be a course that you are doing. You may feel like I've taken on too much, but there's no going back now because I paid my fees, or there's no going back now because I handed in my dissertation, I handed in my work. With the third week, we have happiness, we have light, we have exuberance, and this is more of a positive, joyous moment. And this could also be in regards to a birth of a child. This is walking into a new phase of your life. This is about tapping into your inner child for some of you who haven't got children. This is 5th house energy. Oh my days. This is 5th house energy, and this is about, walking towards a brighter, prosperous opportunity or opportunities. And I feel for some of you, if it's in regards to some sort of work that you done for university or college, then I feel like you're going to get some positive news, or you receive this positive news for something that you've done in the past. Or this could actually mean you've gone on a holiday because you need a break, because all this fear, all this, work that you had to do may have become overwhelming. So this is about you taking a break and relaxing from studying, relaxing from, the fear of the outcome of this course, or if you've been accepted for this course. And the second week could entail that, have I been accepted or not, type of thing. And I feel like if that is the case, within the third week, you will realize that yes, you have been accepted for a specific course. For some of you, this could also mean a birth of a child. For some of you, the third week does consist of you moving towards a brighter cycle, even though we haven't got the world card here, a brighter cycle, and tapping into your creativity, tapping into your passions as well, being more happier. For some of you, you may have visited a couples counselor, is what I'm picking up, and you and your person are getting on more in the third week. And this could also include children. If you have children with this person already, you may find that you're doing more activities with the children that is helping you both get along more as well. But this is more positive. For some of you, there's energy of finding out that you're pregnant. This could have been the fear, the waiting game. You were both waiting in the second week, or you could have been both waiting for the birth of a child. And in the third week, this child is born. Could have Leo energy in their chart, and this could also represent that you are. Yeah, some of you could be pregnant in the now. You could be giving birth in the month of July, ending of July. So it's a waiting game as well. And this could also be the thing. Some of you could be thinking, when is my person going to propose to me? Or your person could be thinking, when is my Scorpio going to propose to me? There's something around proposal, weddings, and a birth of a child here. And in the fourth week, this is about the waiting game again. So for some of you, you could be pregnant, or your person could be pregnant, and the energy is, I'm hearing, if they are pregnant, this child is coming in 7 days, is what I'm picking up, a week from now. Or someone could be having a child in July, ending of July is what I'm picking up. Or some of you could find out that you are expecting in the month of May or April. But yeah, especially if you've been trying, because there's a fear of, are we doing this right? Are we getting the days correct? There's something around that. And then there's an aha moment. There's a realization, there's a happiness, there's a celebration for some of you. And then there's a waiting game again. Some of you may feel like you have to, you know, to me, if some of you are trying for a child, there's an energy of feeling like you still have to try within the 4th week, is what I'm picking up. Because you and your person may have just gotten married, and now you're both waiting, you know, you're both trying for a child. And in the 3rd week, there could be a lot of trying in this area. But the 4th week is about waiting to see if it worked for some of you. Which can be, you know, she looks very stressed out, and that could be very stressful. So the spirit is saying, like, if you are in that energy, to try and find other things that you can do, so you're not fixated on the outcome that you want, just releasing and letting go. Maybe do some gardening for some of you, maybe, you know, focus on other projects. Or this could also indicate that if you are in university or college, you may have that type of energy of that things are overwhelming, not knowing where to start, and then procrastinating is what I'm picking up. But if you do fall in that energy, you know, this is saying spend time in greenery. Maybe do some gardening if you like gardening, but just try and get outdoors and spend time in greenery. So let's take a look at the advice for the 1st week for you, my Scorpion Deacan, my Scorpion 2nd Deacan, please, who are born from the 2nd of November to the 12th of November. What advice is for Scorpio for the Hierophant card, please, my 2nd Deacan Scorpios? Uncertainty, yeah. Choose who you will become, 3 and 9. Yeah, so there's an energy of, I feel like there's naysayers. There's something about naysayers, something about people that are involved in a relationship, or you could have your views on a connection. This could be with a friend, this could be with a sibling, this could be with a neighbor. You know, there's something around some news of a marriage, or someone getting married, or you could be getting married, and people have an opinion about it. And you know, Spirit is saying, you know, leave it to the birds. I'm hearing, like, don't get caught up in what other people think, or don't get caught up in situations that are not important to you. Because I feel for some of you, this is regarding you. You could be uncertain about, am I making the right choice? Or you could feel uncertain about a child getting married to someone. This person could be a Taurus, Pisces, or a Leo. There's an uncertainty here, you know, and there's gossip around whatever this situation is as well. And we also have all in golden afternoon. Number 1, inspiration, creative spark, imagination, conception. So I feel like some of you, there's a lot of downloads. Some of you are trying to conceive a child, is what I'm picking up. And this could be after a marriage, or this actual Hierophant card could represent a commitment. And a commitment can be through a child as well. And because you're giving yourself to another person, and that child will be tied to both of your bloodlines for the rest of their life, you know, and your life. So that's still a commitment. So there could be uncertainty about you wanting to conceive a child, or will it happen, is what I'm picking up, because there's some sort of waiting game in the 4th week. And this is about you know, trying your best, your person trying your best, putting yourself out there, taking all the right procedures. Some of you may have went to see a fertility doctor as well, just to talk about your options, or just to talk about, some of you may have went to see a nutritionist to talk about what you should be eating, what supplements you should be taking, or some of you have done your own research on this. And now, you know, you and your partner have been active, especially in the 3rd week. And now it's like the waiting game, and we have choices. Yeah, feeling blocked and restrained. So yeah, there's something around you feeling, there's this uncertainty around you thinking that what you want will not come into fruition. And you and your partner may have been trying for a while. And this is probably one of the reasons why you went to see a, you know, expert to give you more tips and advice. But there's still uncertainty. So this is the energy of, even if they told you what you could do to enhance your to enhance situations for you to get the results you want, there's still uncertainty, because in the past you may have wanted this thing. But, and this could also represent for some of you, you know, creativity could also represent a new idea, a project, a new job, a new course, you know, And you may feel like in the first week, you may have felt that you're not going to get this job. You're not going to get what you wanted. Should I just go down another path? And this is saying, if you do feel in that energy, know that you do have choices. Even if you get turned down by a university or college. It's happened to me before when I wanted I want to go to a college to do a course and I didn't get it. And then I look back in hindsight and I thought, because I wasn't supposed to do the course at that time because I had something else that needed my attention. So that could be the thing as well. Maybe, if you got turned down for a situation, it could simply mean that there's other avenues that you should be paying attention to. There's something creative that you could be doing, in regardless of whatever situation it is. If things are not working out, it's because you were supposed to be paying attention to something else. And we only know that in hindsight. And know that you have choices. If something turned you down or a course turned you down, then there's other colleges or universities out there that will accept you. If things are not working out right now in regards to trying for a child, then just know that there are choices and options that you can utilize to get what you want eventually. Okay, so let's take a look as well at the advice card for the second card for the moon. For my second decan Scorpios, please. Growing up. Yeah, 1 and 7. Wanting to grow in experience. Rejection of pubertal youth. Now, some of you may feel like you're releasing an old aspect of yourself. So for some of you, I feel like you are. These cards look very similar to me. Some of you, I feel like you are actually going to have a child for some of you. And for others of you, I feel like this is a big leap of faith for you. Some of you could have married, and some of you may have a child that is getting married or that has gotten married and you may not agree with it. And this is about, Spirit saying that this person is growing up, they're making their own choices. And this is the thing, for some of you that are not happy about a child getting married or a friend, because I'm feeling like this neighborhood vibe. This is saying this person has made their choice and you may feel quite blocked out of this person's life because of this choice. And you may feel as though you're restricted, but Spirit is saying that there's other friends that you can connect with. Maybe this person has grown out of a phase of their life and now they're stepping into a new phase. And the second week could be about knowing that and releasing this energy of holding on to an old way of being. This could have something to do with a friend, and knowing that your person or your friend has, I feel it's more a friendship or a child has grown up and has made the choices that they want to make, and they're not who they used to be when they were younger anymore. This is their choice. And they need to experience this choice, and it's not a rejection to you, it's just who they've become in the now. And then we also have, you can't go back to yesterday. Yes, so for some of you, this was something you had to release, and which you found quite painful to release. But Spirit is saying that sometimes what we have to release is not necessarily seen, especially in terms of like something that we really want. I feel when it's something that we really want and we don't get it, at the time it can feel painful, but Spirit always has something else lined up. And this is a connection I feel for some of you. This could also mean a child growing up, moving out of home, going to university, and there's a sadness here. And some of you have children that are like 18 or something and they're going to university, and then it's making you feel like, oh, maybe I miss having a child in the house, or I miss having my child in the house. So you could be thinking about having more children, which made you and maybe your partner try for a child. Or you could be thinking about adoption. For some of you could be waiting on hearing about news of adoption as well. And there's a fear in the second week, are we going to get this child? And for some of you, there's a possibility of getting this child, but then there's a waiting game again. And I feel like the waiting game could be due to paperwork, is what I'm picking up. But this is Spirit is saying, like, focus on other things and all will become well. Like, this child is coming to you, whether that's your own child that you conceive with your partner, or a child that you adopt or foster. They are coming, is what Spirit is trying to say. And for some of you, this child could come in August. You could conceive this child in August, or July is what I'm seeing right here. So we have with this card as well, there's something that had to be released, maybe a thought, and a focus on something else, and growing out of that cycle, coming out of that cycle, and stepping into a new cycle. For some of you, if you're trying to conceive, even though I ain't a doctor, Spirit is saying that, that's the past. There's other avenues that we could look at, Don't see it as Spirit being cruel to you. It's just that there's other things that you need to nurture in the now, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to say that lightly as well. So let's take a look at the third card. What advice is for the third card for my second decan Scorpios, please? Mortality. I got that for the third week for the first decan Scorpions that are born from the 23rd of October to the 1st of November. Okay. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. And it represents this sun card, those words. So this is saying, like, you could feel as though there's no, if Spirit is saying that you can still have the fun that you desire. Maybe some of you may need to book that holiday if you feel like things are not going your way, or create your own happiness. There's other things that you can do to make yourself feel good. Tap into your inner child, get in touch with your creativity. Some of you, I feel Spirit is saying that you need a break. You need a break from, waiting. You need a break from just trying and fearing the worst. You need a break from it. So maybe you physically need to have a break and go to a hot country. Or, Spirit is saying that you need to find you're happy again. Go out there more. Connect with, or just, connect with your partner. Maybe you and your partner need to have more fun, and not think about the situation. And if you've been studying, or you're waiting to hear from this course, if you got onto this course, this is saying have fun. Don't fixate on something that hasn't happened yet. And don't live in fear as well. Live in fear whilst you're waiting for the outcome. What's the advice for the fourth card, please, for my Scorpio? Scorpio third decans advice. Scorpio second decans who are born from the 2nd of November to the 12th of November. What's the advice card for 7th of Pentacles, please? Clock, time, 1 and 4. Time pressure, in a rush. Yeah. So for some of you, I do feel there's an energy of you waiting in the 4th week. Did it work? And again, Spirit is saying change that frequency, change that energy of waiting, because it's when we wait, it's almost like energetically we're holding on to something, we're resisting change. Let go, release, so the change can occur. It's easier said than done. And this is saying all in great timing. There's no rush to get what you want right now, to hear what you want right now, because it's just putting pressure on you. And things will happen in the right frame time that it's supposed to happen, whether it is you get onto that course, whether it is you and your partner conceive, whether it is you hear the news that you have been successful with this adoption or this fostering. And this is basically saying, for some of you that are dealing with someone that you had to release, which is a friendship, or maybe some of you, this is also saying that things, for some of you, if you're seeing a couple counselor, this is about seeing that things are going to take its time to be stabilized, but don't put a time limit on it. Work through your issues with your person, especially if you're going through a marriage that you're both having a rough time in at the moment and you gain intervention. This is saying that don't just think it's going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. And just because you're not seeing the changes doesn't mean there won't be any changes. Things take time. Don't put pressure on yourself or on the connection also. And this is, there's something around you wanting to hear back from someone. And Spirit is saying, I feel like if it is, could be a friend, or there could be a relationship that your child is in, or something around that, and you're just thinking this is not going to work out. Spirit is saying, like, don't fixate on that. Just focus on growing your flowers in the garden, watering your own plants, and shifting the energy onto yourself. And again, growing your own plants, or that could be a thing. Some of you may decide that you want to start, growing stuff, growing fruits, growing vegetables. And some of you could be growing impatient with that, like, when is it going to grow? But this is saying that you've just started. Some of you have just literally started, and it's like, okay, don't keep looking at it, it will grow, but you just got to give it time. You know, like with anything else that's going on in your life, just give it time. So that's what I have for you, and for some of you in here, in June could be a time for you. I will speak to you guys soon. Please take care of yourself. Peace out.